Hello and welcome Legionnaires to another video. So, today there was a reveal for the Spartan assault tank, as we had a couple of Heresy Thursdays this month already. Next week will be the last reveal, and I expect it to be the Contemptor Dreadnought out of the box set, as GW has been drip feeding box set contents to us. But I think this, while the Spartan reveal article was a bit light on information, the most info is taken out of the video, and that means the number of Marines, maybe the number of Terminators, the size of the Mark 6 Marines, which has been a lot of, let's say, which has been a heated topic within the Heresy community. And yeah, that's it. First of all, we are looking at the Spartan assault tank. I've opened the article right now, and the Spartan assault tank looks awesome. It's a magnificent tank. Probably looks a lot like the resin one, but I think we all expected that. The crewman on top is actually a Mark II Marine, so we now know GW has assets for plastic Mark II Marines, and I think they will release at some point as a tactical squad. Maybe when we get like an Istvan book or something, when we get like Istvan rules, when they revisit the atrocities of Istvan 3 and 2. But the Spartan looks awesome. There's a lot of stuff in the article. Not that much, but some interesting stuff. For example, the Spartan can now carry 26 Marines instead of 25 that it has been able to transport before. So they say 13 Terminators or 26 Legionnaires. And then you can swap out the hull-mounted weapons, which is a nice surprise for heavy flamers. They always had the possibility to do that. Or you could swap them out for las cannons. Now, las cannons, if I remember correctly, were never an option for the Spartan, where you could replace the front-mounted heavy bolters with it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the Land Raider Proteus was the only one who could have done that. Then, as we see, Mark II Marine in plastic, so we know there's assets for Mark II. Don't get your hopes up, Sing. It will take some time. Then we see some pintle-mounted weapons. There's a heavy bolter. I hope it's not only the heavy bolter. I hope it's a couple of weapons like multi-melters and so on. Stuff that you could put on the Heresy pintle weapons on of Force Heresy tanks, like heavy bolters, heavy flamers, I believe, and multi-melters. And maybe some other choices. The Blood Angels could, if the rules stay the same for the Ilias's assault cannon, could put even assault cannons on them. So now we have talked about the article, and that's pretty much all the information that's contained in the article, but most gems or most drips of information are actually in the trailer. So in the trailer we see the Spartan tank. Obviously it gets shown off, and 360 looks awesome. But then again, we see the Cataphractae Terminators next to the Space Marine Legionnaires. Why is this an interesting shot for us? If you look closely, and I will include a picture of the Legionnaires and the Cataphractae Terminators on the screen in the video, probably right now, that there's a big height difference between the Cataphractae Terminators and the Mark 6 Marines. So now we have two possibilities here. Either these are new Cataphractae Terminators that they made, and they also scaled them up to look bigger than the Mark 6 Marines, or the more likely outcome of this is that the Mark 6 Marines aren't actually as big as people wanted them to be or feared them to be. That's the heated part of the discussion. A lot of people liked them bigger, that their Space Marines are bigger than, or almost as big as Primaris Marines, and a lot of people said, hey, I don't want them to increase the scale, so my small Marine army, my baby Marines, air quotations, will look so small next to the Mark 6 Marines? Well, if you look at the picture closely, there's an extreme height difference between the Cataphractii Terminators and the Mark 6. And I believe it's because the Mark 6 aren't actually that much bigger than the normal tactical Marines sold before. And I will include a picture of my Mark 2 Marine, or a Mark 2 Marine I own, from Last Chance to Buy, and one of my own Cataphractii Terminators, and the scale doesn't looks a little bit like the scale in the picture with the new models. So I think, because we have seen it with Fafnir on Dominion Zephon a little less because he's like jumping off a rock, but Fafnir, he wasn't actually that much bigger than a Mark 4 Marine. He really wasn't. If I put the Fafnir I have here somewhere, built but not painted, next to a normal Space Marine, he doesn't look outlandishly big. It's just the weapons that look a bit big, but they have nothing to do with the actual Marine. So I think the Mark 6 Marines look a bit girthier and maybe are a bit bigger than Mark 4 Marines or Mark 3 Marines, but I don't think that they are actually that much bigger. I don't believe it. I believe that the Mark 3 and Mark 4 Marines will look perfectly fine next to those Mark 6 Marines, and that you don't have to be afraid. Obviously, there was a couple of rumors that every plastic Mark was remade, and I think that's more or less fair, considering that Betrayal at Calth was released 2014 and Burning off Prospero was released in 2015, so those models are 7 and 8 years old. You could maybe redo them, but I don't expect them to re-release them anytime soon, as they are perfectly fine Heresy kits. And if the scale isn't that much of a difference, I don't see any reason to replace them, because the kits look very nice. Maybe they will re-release them, but I think they will rather focus on Mark II and Mark V stuff that hasn't gotten a plastic release yet. So if you are looking into getting those armor marks, then you probably can safely buy your Mark IV and Mark III Marines, and they won't look out of place with the new models. Now we are coming to the third topic, and this is a quite interesting one, and this is pure speculation. I haven't gotten any information about this, so don't take me by my word, and you come back to me later when they fully reveal the box set and all of its contents. I don't think, because the trailer shows 5 Cataphractii Terminators. The leaked picture showed maybe 10, and they were all on the side that was using the Spartan. I don't think there will be 10 Cataphractii Terminators. I don't believe there will be 40 Marines. And I don't believe 240 euros is a reasonable price for the box set then. What I believe is that we maybe get 20 Marines, 20 Marines or 30, maybe 30, because the other two boxes had 30 as well. So let's say 30 Marines, 5 Terminators, the Spartan, the Contemptor, the 2 Praetors, and I don't know if I already said 5 Terminators, but 5 Terminators. And then the box price looks more likely like a £150-ish, maybe, for a launch box like Dominion. I don't know what Dominion costed for Age of Sigmar, so if you know that, you maybe can put that in the comments. So I don't really think that the box set will be as expensive or as much as we expected, but that's not really a bad thing, right? If the box set is a bit cheaper and you get 1,500 points out of it, 1.5k, then if the Rhinos and Kratos and whatever release afterwards, then you can easily build a nice army out of it. And if you, like, for example, want to have another 5 Cataphractii Terminators to fill out your Spartan with a couple of characters, then you can do that as well. So I think that what we thought would be in the box isn't that much, or isn't as safe as we thought before. Thank you all for listening, Legionnaires. I hope you have a nice day, good week. Stay healthy, keep the heresy train rolling, and bye bye.